Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Wizard101 new player walkthrough series. I did do some fishing off recording like I kind of planned to. We did manage to actually catch quite a bit of fish. We've got about 40 now in our inventory, so we'll have quite a bit of fish to sell now to get a little bit of money in our pocket. I did learn something too while I was doing the fishing. The house I would probably recommend doing most of your fishing at would be the Sky City Estates. The Arrow Village is definitely a good house to fish at, but I think with the rank 1 ice lure that we have right now, it's just, it's almost frustrating how often you're not going to catch a fish. So I recommend doing this house a little bit easier, a bit more often you're going to actually catch the fish you're trying to catch, and right now we just need money, so this is perfectly fine for our purposes. So I'd probably recommend just using one of these houses. It does take roughly, I think, about 20 minutes for a fishing hole to reset after you've fished it out, so you do have to wait about 20 minutes between each fishing session, so we should be able to get plenty of time between the fishing sessions for me to be able to level up and recharge our energy before we go back, so we should be able to do what we need to there. So we're going to go ahead and we'll sell this fish now. And I did get about 40, I think it's worth roughly like 45k, so we're gonna have quite a bit of money in our back pocket here. Yeah, about 45k basically. I did also, yesterday I turned in the first fishing quest to get that energy elixir, so I basically just zeroed out my energy, turned in the quest, got the energy elixir, and then went right back to a different house and then zeroed out my energy again, and then got off and then did it again before I started recording. So we got about 3 fishing sessions in, and that allowed us to catch 40 fish, so not too bad. Again, about 10k roughly, a little more than that per endeavor. Every time we go fishing we get a little over 10k, so it's a great way to make money early on. Since we do have some money now too, we're going to buy the reveal fish school spell. I want this because when I go fishing now, what I can do is I can come up to the pond and we can hit this, and this will actually show us the school of all of the fish. And again, we only have an ice lure, so we can start doing is we can start stomping out all fish that aren't ice fish, and it'll help us kind of narrow down our fish, so that way we catch them more often. Helps it go a little bit quicker, so we're not wasting so much time. Without any further ado, that's it for fishing, and we got whatever money we need, so we're gonna go and do that spell quest, because this will give us our Deathblade spell we are going to need. I believe our mount is set to expire in about an hour, so in about an hour we'll have to come back to the commons and buy another rental mount for 1,000 gold, but that's, no big deal. We got 44,000 now. As soon as we hit level 10, we'll also be able to buy a new a ring. We won't need to buy gear because, again, we've got Gloria here. In fact, actually, we have a quest to turn in to her, apparently. Not sure which one, but...
Hello, young wizard. How can I help you craft today? You'd like to borrow some crafting items. I suppose that's all right. Let's see your list. 1 large beaker, 1 crucible, 5 aludels, and a small athanor. Well, this is your lucky day. I just received a crate of those items. Of course, there are a few other items in the crate as well. Tell Greta she's welcome to them too. Call it an overdue parting gift. What? I can spot Greta's alchemy setup a mile away. Don't worry. Everybody knows she's been hiding on Firecat Alley. Oh, do say hello for me.
Did realize as soon as I pressed X on her that this was for the main story quest. That's what that was for. And to get Greta her alchemy station so she could brew us up a potion.
You there! Help!
Save some fire elves. You're gonna have to wait a minute. We'll be back, buddy. Go here. Here. Go here. And again, don't forget, when you come to a new area, you can look at the map to see where these teleporters will all take you to. I've done this about 1,000,000 times, so I know the fastest way to get to the haunted cave here. And after we get this Death's Blade spell, we'll have a new a new spell we can use to kind of build pips and increase our damage at the same time. A little later in the game, we'll have to start comboing traps and blades to increase our damage as much as we can. We're also going to use some of this gold here that we got to purchase spells that we call enchants. They're used to enhance certain aspects of cards or enhance certain aspects of yourself.
Noise.
I'll kind of explain that.
Welcome,
Actually, use them.
student of the Death School. I shall now bestow some of my knowledge from the beyond upon you. Train well.
Also gonna turn the dialogue volume down just a little bit. Realized yesterday that was pretty loud. Alright, we'll use our dorm to get back to Malorn easier. So it's just right here, and then we'll go over there. Today's episode will probably be a little bit, or actually should be, I should say, quite a bit shorter than yesterday's episode.
Congratulations on entering the haunted cave and learning from the Elder Seer. It is a tradition to seek it out in order to grow in power. I may make a death student out of you yet, but you have to really bone up on your studies. An old death school joke.
We're also going to, I'm gonna do our first pet training game today too, so I'll talk about pet training. I'm not gonna get into the whole hatching thing until we actually go for our first hatch, but I'll at least explain the game we're gonna use, how to play the game, how to basically get a +4 every single time you play it, and then what that even means. So I'll get to that here in just a little bit. Now we're gonna go back to Harold Argleston, the library, turn that one in real quick, and then we'll be back to Firecat Alley. We should be done with Firecat Alley. Actually, we might even finish all 3 of the streets today. Guess we'll have to see what it takes for us to get to level 10, because we've been doing a ton of side questing.
You say you are returning a book that someone dropped? You are quite a good sport to take time out of your day to do that. Thank you for doing that. Oh, hang on there. This book does not belong to the library. Inside the cover it states property of Sabrina Greenstar. She probably dropped it on her way to the fairgrounds. You best give it to her yourself.
Cool. Well, since we have to go to the fairgrounds too, I can show you, you guys where the, I don't really know if it's right to call it a hidden trainer, but there's a spell trainer up here in the fairgrounds that sells, like school shields. So we'll train our death school shield right now, I guess, since we'll be here anyways. Actually, that might be her.
You are returning the book I left on a bench? I didn't have one with me today. Maybe I lost it last week. Oh, that book. I gave that one to Regina for her to use as research for a science project. She's just inside Golem Court if you want to give it back to her.
Yep, yeah, this is her. Cool. Oh, it's at level 10. Well, this is where this trainer is. So we can train Death Shield. As you can see, this is a very school-specific shield, so it will reduce damage to death, death incoming damage by about 80%. They're really good shields. These are super, super helpful. We'll probably use these more often in treasure card form than in train form, but we'll train this just to have it because it's free as long as it's our own school, so we'll come back to that probably at some point. Let's go give this to Regina.
I left my book on a bench? What book?
Her eyes get big when you hand her the book.
Oh, yes! This has all the notes I was taking on my science project. I'm sure glad you found this. It was a lot of work for me. Thank you ever so much. Hi, I need help. I'm trying to finish this science fair project for Professor Baelstrom, but those golems stole my materials. I really need those back. I've got a few more preparations to make, so if I have to fight the golems too, I'm sure to be late. If I'm late, I'll get a bad grade and... Wait a minute. If you retrieve them for me, I can finish my project and still be on time.
Pro school tip for everybody. Have someone else do your work for you.
I'll need the enchanted wood from one of the wooden constructs in the Golem Tower.
Crazy. Alright, we're going to do this real quick too, just because we're here, and we're, I think, more than a high enough level to clear this entire tower. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now we have Death Blade. So this works a lot like the trap, but instead of putting it on the enemies, we put this on ourselves. And this again increases our outgoing damage. So our next spell will do 35% more death damage. So it's a little bit more effective than the trap. But they're nice to have because you can put a blade on yourself and then put a trap on your enemy. And then instead of having just one buff to increase your attack damage, you now have two. And again, we can further increase our pips because if we blade, we gain a pip. Then we trap the next round, we gain another pip, and then that round where we can attack, we gain a third pip, so we could attack with a third rank spell, and it will do increased damage.
Oh, thank you so much! That's the enchanted wood I needed! My project's not running. Now I remember, there's something else I need. A charged gear. A clockwork golem a couple floors up should have one. Would you go get it for me? I hear they are rather tough, so you'd better be prepared.
Get it. This is, I think the game officially refers to these as gauntlets, so there are floors to this, so we take out the enemy on the first floor, and then we can move up to the second floor, and there'll be enemies in the second floor, and so on and so forth. There's a ton of these in like Dragonspire, so when we get to that point in the game, we'll be doing stuff like this pretty much all the time. Alrighty, up to the second floor we go. And in these gauntlets too, every like 100 steps is usually a floor, so if an enemy is 200 steps away, that means they're 2 floors away. So on the next floor we'll encounter the enemy we need. And then we're gonna try to take one of these guys out. Oh, he fizzled. That sucks. Went for the risk, did not receive the reward. So just school. Try not to use it so much, so I'm not trying to burn through our mana. We don't really have a whole lot of that. And since this is a gauntlet, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to leave these fights with as much health as we can. So I'm going to blade here to buff up a ghoul. We're going to heal using that 1-pip heal spell we have from the wand, and then we're going to ghoul. And that should put us pretty darn close to full health, if not at full health. So I gotta use Heart Radiate to heal. He's going to hit us, and then we'll hopefully heal back all the damage we take with the ghoul we're going to hit him with. Oh, he fizzled. Even better. Look at that. So what we're actually going to do then is I'm going to hit him with Leprechaun, since there's only a 5% chance we don't fizzle the spell, so this should go through. 4 health's not going to make a difference. Wait, up to the next floor. This is the one we need to be on. These are our guys right here. And these guys are life. I don't know if these guys have resist and boost yet. I don't know if don't know if we're far enough yet for that, but we're gonna find out here in a second. Oh, they both passed. Alright, taking one of them out this turn. I'm gonna get rid of that fire cat, and we'll take out, let's do this guy. Dang. Gonna pick the first guy. Wait. And then we'll just trap this guy and hit him with Ghoul next too. Pretty sure if we beat these guys and then turn the quest back into her, she gives us another one where I think we have to finish the entire tower. Dang, that hurt. Yeah, I definitely would say that hurt. Dude.
You've been a big help. There is no way I could have gotten one of those myself. My project is almost complete. Okay, I need one more piece for my science project. It's going to be tough, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It'll require going up to the top of Golem Tower. I need a steam capacitor to complete my project. The only one I know of would be the one on the Iron Golem, but I know he is really tough. I won't blame you if you don't want to do it, but if you do, I'll give you some treasure cards for defeating the Iron Golem and bringing me the steam capacitor. Deal?
Sweet. We need to get a little bit of health, and we need to replenish our mana. And do we have... Our ring only gives health. We might go to the bazaar real quick and buy a new ring first, because 28 mana is pretty rough. We might even end up using all of that getting to the top of the tower, and I don't want to have to use the potion because we're running low on mana. I'd like to use it in a situation where we need health, because I would rather just be able to go through the tower. That'd be better. Let's see if we can buy a ring real quick, because this one we have now only gives us health. I'm sure we can upgrade that real quick. Let's see. Actually, ironic that the better one's cheaper. Nice. Cool. Throw that on here, and I guess while we're here, is there anything else we could upgrade? Not really. This is all. Oh, actually, I mean, I guess we could get a robe and boots. You do that quick. That. That. These ones. And we'll sell all of our old stuff real quick, get back some of that money. And I'm gonna sell some of this stuff too, get a little bit of money. Keep that though, do not sell that. Need that. Actually, we're gonna We go here real quick and we're gonna lock that so we can't sell this. Now it's impossible for us to sell this item. See if we come in here now. Oops. Come in here now. I can't sell it. If we want to do it with any items you don't want to sell. So we need that crafting station to do that crafting quest. But let's go ahead and actually we're gonna go back to shopping district here quick so we can pick up some of this mana. Now we got 51, so we basically doubled our mana. So we've got more than enough now to do this. As again, I'm pretty sure this Iron Golem guy's all the way at the top, so he should be like 4 or 5 floors up. Yeah, he's going to be about 5 floors up. We can go first one of these times too, that'd be really nice. I know that a single one of the fights we've had in this tower we've gone first. Very nice. Very nice. Actually kind of hoping we pull Thunder Snake there and I could try to get one of these guys out of the way. Also, we went first. Nice. Let's do the exact same thing we did last time too. We'll take this guy out, put a trap or a blade on ourselves or him, and then we'll use Heartbeat to heal up, and then cool. Right. This should put us back at full health. Perfect. Just curious to know what's going to be on the floor after these guys. Alright, we went first. That's actually huge. Alright. This is going to go a lot better than the last one did. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. We did miss actually a couple of turns, so that's kind of unfortunate, but let's go ahead and take this guy out. need to recover as much of this lost health as we can too. We're going to fully buff a ghoul and hopefully use Pixie on top of that too. We're gonna blade and trap him, Pixie, and then ghoul. Hopefully that'll get us back more of our health. We'll Pixie, and then next round we'll Ghoul, and I don't know how much health that'll give us back, but should be pretty close to full. Oh, we fizzled. That's really unfortunate. Try it again. That's not bad. 655 I think we can work with. Oh, it's just 2 more of these guys again? Yeah, it's not bad. And then we'll probably have to potion after this fight. We're gonna make a gamble here, and I'm gonna guess that this guy is actually gonna use his pips, so we're gonna hit this guy. That gamble worked out perfectly. Look at that. Just made this fight easier. Sweet, sweet. Let's get rid of you. And then we will blade, heartbeat, ghoul. Get rid of something to pull that last ghoul here. Hope this isn't Leprechaun. Thank you. Nice. Now we're on to our man, the Iron Golem. I think the scariest thing about this guy is that I believe this is probably the first enemy we're going to face that has lightning bats. And lightning bats does an extraordinary amount of damage, so... hopefully we can take him out before he has any chance to do that. Will hopefully be this turn. Cool. Now he's out of the way. I don't have to worry about him. Let's do this. Our last goal and take care of this guy. Yep, that wasn't too bad. Even with the DC, we still got through this, no problem. Easy. That's the end of Golem Tower.
You defeated the Iron Golem? Wow! You know how many students have tried and were defeated? You are amazing, young wizard. And true to my word, here are the treasure cards I promised. Remember to put them in your deck. I know you'll need them in the future. Bye now!
Alright, sweet. Now we are off to Greta.
How did it go? You got everything on the list? And Gloria says hello? Oh, let's just get this done. Go set up the alchemy table over there. Ooh, that equipment is nice enough for an amateur like you to perform the transmutation. Go on, just place the Herkimer stone on the crucible. There we are. Now bring me the potion and let me check your work. Wow, A+ work here, young one. Good work. Now for the next part of the plan. The curative intonation potion will work similarly to the initial curse, so you'll need to administer it to an influential fire elf. Alicane Swiftarrow is the most famous fire elf actor alive. Once he's cured, just explain to him that it's up to him to pass the cure on to his people. You'll find Alicane in the Fire Globe Theater. I've imbued your wand with the curative potion. Now go give Alicane a good thwacking.
You leveled up. Cool. Level 8. We're gonna go fight Alicane first before I run off to go fishing, so we'll do that here, and then I'll for me it'll be a little bit, but you guys will just get a cut. But we'll take him out real quick. And we did pick up a side quest back in the library that required us to pick up books or something. Like, yep, I accidentally hit it. And yeah, one of them is in the Fire Globe Theater, so we'll be able to pick up one of these while we're in here. It's chest right there too. Alright, let's get it.
Fire for Friddle! The greatest magicians have something to learn! Fire for Friddle! Wizard City must burn! Fire for Friddle!
This voice line is not as cursed as some of the other Fire Elf ones have been, I'll be honest. We're gonna pack the Sprite just in case, and we're gonna pack an extra ghoul. I'm back. We actually had a full DC'd before we even got into the fight, so we're back. Let's go ahead and run this again. Grab the Magma Man. hopefully ghoul him next turn, and he'll be out of the fight, and it'll just be us versus him. Discard the imp as well. Perfect. Alright. Taken, we'll do another Blade Trap Ghoul, and then might be able to top that off the Leprechaun, because I think we'll have enough pips. Got the combos. Oh man. Spoke too soon. Okay, okay. Oh, we got it back. It's got a lot of pips. Potential for destruction over there. Let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll just do it. That's it. Oh my god. At least we both fizzled.
Lo, the dark
Wait.
resonance hath been driven from my brain. By the hand of this gentle wizard, I am again stark raving sane. How can I ever repay you?
There's the book we need to read right there too. You see it right after
You
the
say
fight,
only I can deliver my people from the grip of this dreadful banshee's curse? But how? I am an actor. We are the opposite of people. The cure and my voice hath entwined? Then accept the role of hero I must, and I shall deliver a performance for the ages. To the streets!
Grab the book
In the
here.
beginning, there was the Dragon Titan, an immortal being capable of burning an entire world or rekindling a soul's lost spark. From the embers left in its wake, there came the race of dragons who harnessed the power of fire to rule the lands. As fire magic passed to younger races, dragons were pushed out of the fledgling worlds, seeking refuge neath the sleeping form of their ancestor. Their drake offspring formed alliances with roving human clans to rebel against their parents, ultimately establishing the empire of Dragonspire.
Cool. Dr. Grid will turn this in, and then before I go fishing, actually, I'm gonna do a couple of those pet trading games and kind of showcase that, and then we'll get another cut in there for fishing. A little bit more money.
Well,
Did you fix this mess? Can I go back to my stories now? Finally! This whole ordeal has made me realize that I don't miss working with students as much as I'd previously thought. No offense. Run along then, dear. And if you would be so kind as to omit my name from your official reporting to the city guard, I'd appreciate it. Ta-ta!
Don't seem to mind you as much as you think, lady. Okay, let's go take out Worm Guts here on our way out of Firecat Alley. Because that's it. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Jesus. Actually, nope. Actually, we can take this. That's even called Wormguts' Tower. Grab this first.
What's this? Did that coward Shelus send a child to fight his battles? Wait, you're a wizard child, no? Perhaps we can help one another. The Sleeper's timepiece allows its owner to control the nightmares of others. But I've been unable to master its enchantment. Care to team up? No? So be it. It's your funeral. But I warn you, I don't think you're going to like the underworld very much. Minions, attack!
A pretty cool model. I like that. Alright, let's get him. I have absolutely no idea how much health or what he's got, so this is going to be pretty blind. Oh, 315's not bad. 15's not bad at all. Yeah, we'll take out the Skeletal Warrior and then we'll worry about him. Alrighty, and then on to him. He might resist our attacks, I have no idea. Thinking he might just because he's got pretty similar health to what Bastilla had, but we'll have to find out. See what happens. Good news is if he does resist this, we always got Leprechaun. Yep, yeah, he does. But we can finish him off with Leprechaun.
sleeper's timepiece was the death of me once. I don't need it ruining my afterlife, too. Just pray Shelus never discovers its true value.
What's that supposed to mean? Need to make sure we're not going to level up off this too. Nope, we should be fine. Oh, Lizzo's got a quest too.
Hey, newbie. We're all... I was so flustered. Now, she might be less inclined to start a fight if someone with your reputation delivers the bad news. You'll do it? Thanks!
You got the sleeper's timepiece back! Thank goodness Wormguts wasn't able to unlock its powers. Its value decreases with every use. Not that I'd ever sell this beauty. Of course, I might not understand its magic, but I do understand how dangerous it is. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done, Wizard. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go buy the biggest, heaviest safe I can find.
Jesus Christ, what is this thing? Radioactive? What does that even mean? Okay.
Hey, newbie. Or should I say hero? A fire cat alley. Uh-huh. I see you. I mean, you even managed to correct Alicane's pitchy singing. We're all set to resume rehearsals for Firecat, the musical. Except for one gigantic, undead singer-sized problem. In the middle of all the confusion earlier, I was accosted by a banshee named Melwina Smite, violently demanding a role in the play. She screamed that she wasn't leaving without our part. Then the crazy banshee knocked the orange juice I was drinking right out of my hand. I was so flustered I said the first words that popped into my head. Thankfully it worked. She left, scream singing back to her forlorn tower. Now I either have to write a part for something called a Juicicle Cat or face Melwina's wrath when I tell her she's not in the play. Unless she might be less inclined to start a fight if someone with your reputation delivers the bad news. You'll do it? Thanks!
Oh, interesting. We don't level up off of it, we can do it. So that will give us 220 XP. Heck, we're good. Alright, let's get this one real quick too. Might as well. Pop a potion when we get in here. Oh, she's a rank 3 boss. Well, okay. Just in case, we'll pop a second leprechaun in there.
Focus, Melwina. Be the Juicicle. From the top. Juicicles do, and Juicicles can. Juicicles can, and Juicicles do. Intruder! How dare you! I'll have you know, I've recently been cast as a major role in a very prestigious local theater production. Why are you interrupting rehearsals? There's no role for me. But Lizzo said she made up the character so I'd stop harassing her? And she sent you here so I couldn't get violent? I see that Lizzo was wrong for lying to me, just as I see that she was also wrong about me not getting violent. Come here!
Okay. I don't remember this side quest at all. Oh, 410, not horrible. Let's... Oh, I guess we don't really have a way around that, do we? Alright, that's fine. We'll just blade, take out the haunted minion with a ghoul. Then we'll have to see how bad her resist is, because she's definitely going to have resist. think we're gonna do here is we're gonna blade into a leprechaun, and then we're going to trap into a ghoul. Okay, well the attack didn't appear to boost, so maybe she doesn't have resist. This is gonna hurt. Yep. See what happens. Man, so she gets a lot of resist and we don't get any boost. Kinda rigged. Okay, well on that note then, we will... Honestly, actually, we're probably safe to just pass. Ghoul next turn. Or not ghoul, I'm sorry, I meant leprechaun. Thought about taking the gamble and seeing if we could just hit a max damage imp, but I feel like having to wait an extra turn if we didn't. Wait.
I quit! I don't want that stupid part in that stupid play with those stupid fire elves anyway! Ugh. Juicicle cat! He's so stupid! Ugh.
Awesome. Smokes, guys. We hit level 10 before we even finished the 3 streets. It's kind of crazy.
Hey, Wiz! How'd Melwina take the news? She said the part was stupid. And attacked you? I'm so sorry. At least she's out of her hair now. To be honest, she's right about the part being stupid. It was the best name I could conjure up on the spot. Guess we gotta blame it on my juice. Thanks for your help, newbie. I could tell you're gonna be a star around here. Now go on, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving.
Very nice. Back to Private Quinn. Actually curious, did we do all the quests here? I mean, other than that might be her, I think, actually. That Fire Cat lady, we're skipping her quest because
Great balls of fire! You're alive! When I didn't hear back from you, I just assumed... Well, I'm glad you weren't fricasseed. Did you find Lizzo? She's safe now? Whew! And a cure for the Fire Elves' madness is being administered as we speak? You're amazing! You should tell Sergeant Muldoon!
That's unfortunate.
Great balls! And feel free to mention how I'm still bravely defending this position. If it comes up. Thanks, Wizard. I couldn't have done it without you.
Sweet. Now we're gonna take our walk back to Sergeant Muldoon. That's okay. Like I said, we'll do a couple pet training games and then we'll go fishing again, and I'll be able to purchase another. I might even be able to buy an actual mount. We'll see. Kind of want to save up some money for pet training because that stuff's really expensive, but we'll see how
Hello
annoyed
again,
I get
young
walking
wizard.
around.
Do the smell of brimstone and burnt hair spell word from Firecat Alley? You helped quell an undead insurrection and cured a fire elf curse? Impressive! We're not out of the woods yet, but we're making headway.
We were disconnected again, I'll be honest. Alright, let's go to the Pet Pavilion. And the pet pavilion is just right here. Let's go into here. And where we're specifically going to go, is we're going to go to Grumpy Gobblers. This one right here. What we're always going to do is we're always going to do the keep. This is a really easy one to do. Hit play. We consume, so I think because our pet is teen going towards adult, I believe we're losing 4 energy every time we play a game. So that's how much we'll lose each time we play. I'm probably only going to show maybe 1 or 2 of these, just because I think you guys get the point after that. The basic premise of this game here is that we have to knock down this entire little fort right here. And we have fire power, ice power, and storm power. Those correspond to the different colored blocks you'll see here. So fire is red, ice being this lighter blue color, and then storm being this purple color. If we hit an ice power, right, on an ice powered block, it will do extra damage. So I'll show that here. We do have to bear in mind the wind speeds up here too, so it'll kind of force our pet to go in specific directions based on the wind speed. So ours is going to kind of go off in this direction a little bit. So we want to aim is just like it's only 3 miles an hour, so it's not a big wind, so it was ever so slightly off to the left a little bit here, and what we're aiming to hit is like right here. So we hit a little high, but it still did basically what we wanted it to. It cleared out pretty much the entire fort. So now what we gotta do now is take out this part and this part. And then I always max out the powers because it makes it easier to kind of gauge where you're going with this. And then to hit these low ones, we kind of want to be pretty low here. We're just gonna boop, do that. There it is. Take out this one, we're done. And with this score, it'll definitely be a +4. So yeah, since we got a score, I think it's above like 600k is when you get +4. You will get a increase to the stats of the pet, and this is dependent on the game you played. So we picked keep earlier there, that decided that we were going to get strength and agility. For doing that, we got 1 strength, 3 agility, and then we got 4 experience. In other words, 4 stat points, 4 experience, +4. The lesser your score is, the less points you're going to get towards this, so you'll get less stat points and then less experience if you don't, fully finish the game. If you do beat the game 25 times, you have the ability to skip the game and just go straight to this part where you can actually feed your pet. For what we're doing right now, I kind of want to use just the lowest amount in pet snacks we have. So when you feed your pet a snack, it will increase its stats by these amount here, and it'll also increase the pet's experience by the same amount. So if we're going to increase the stats by 3, the experience will get increased by 3. Kind of want to save these big chunky ones here for when we start training our actual pet that we're going to use for pretty much the entire series. So this pet's just meant to get us to the starting line, if you will. So we don't want to waste too many snacks on this pet. Play one more game, and then I'll end up cutting out the rest that I do. I'm going to try to do like, I don't know, maybe half my energy into the pet and then half into fishing. So this is a fun one. I like this one. The structure of this does change, but you just generally want to hit, something with a power shot, and it'll likely take out pretty much most of the structure. But don't stress too much about the specifics on that. 12 in that direction. Perfect. We got one tower to take out, and if I hit it like right here with a nice shot, it'll take out this whole thing. And then I try to aim based on like this tip of the cannons. You see this tip's like lining up with this roughly. And then given the wind, it'll put us a little closer to there. Perfect. That's it. So this game's pretty easy. You can do this really super easy. Great way to get some free XP from getting the +4 off the game, and then you can feed your pet. And like I said, later on, once we get enough of these wins, we can literally just skip the game and skip straight to feeding our pet, which will make pet training a lot faster, but it'll probably be a very long time until we get to that point. We're going to be doing this a lot, which is why I'm not going to subject you guys to watching me doing this over and over and over again. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut here, so I'll see you guys when I am done training and fishing. just finished up fishing here, and unfortunately this one we had some pretty bad luck, so we didn't catch a whole lot. So we only got about 5.5k gold out of that, but again, that's still more than we've been getting pretty much the entire time we've been playing and questing, so we're not doing too bad. But now that we do have some extra money in our pocket, we'll buy another mount so we have something to use. Another horn sweeper, why not? And then we need to get back to questing. So we're going to do... we're going to go talk to Arthur, I guess. And I like to kind of go about the 3 streets. I'll do Firecat Alley first, then Triton Avenue, and then I'll do Cyclops Lane, kind of hit the bottom all the way up to the top. I don't like doing it that way too, because at least in my opinion, I think Firecat Alley is the easiest one, and then Triton Avenue is probably the second hardest, and I would probably say Cyclops Lane's the hardest, so it's best to do that one when you're a higher level, because it makes everything just so much easier. At some point too, we do need to pay Malorn a visit as well, because we did unlock a new spell when we hit level 8, I don't remember exactly, we unlocked a spell.
I'm lucky you came along. Something has broken the flow of storm magic through the street. Those towers should have arcs of lightning between them. This is bad! My sister Susie and I came to see if we could help get things back under control, but we got separated. The haunted minions drove me back. Can you create a diversion so I can try to break through? Attack the minions, and I'll meet you by the river.
Take out some haunted minions. I'm going to take out these leprechauns and whatnot for right now, because we don't really need them to take these guys out, so I'm also going to take these out. These guys are pretty easy. In fact, most of the mobs here in Triton Avenue actually are pretty easy. Usually we'll just blade and then hit everyone, they'll be taken out. For anybody who's curious, again, this is the area that you get to go to for free out of the 3 streets. So this one you don't have to have a membership to come here. My personal headcanon at least, and the reason for that is just, or the reason why the mobs here are easier than probably the 2 other streets is for that very reason, because they expect players to come here first. So I think the street fights are definitely easier here than they are in the other streets. Oh, excuse me. But the boss fights here, I think, are harder than the ones that were in Firecat Alley. I can't remember if I mentioned this in yesterday's video too, but after we finish this 3 streets, I do plan on doing Colossus Boulevard as well, which is the I don't want to call it secret or hidden, but it's the side 4th street. And in Colossus Boulevard, for all the 3 or 2 streets we've been on so far, all these mob fights on the streets have been one-on-ones. Starting with Colossus Boulevard, technically, they become 2-on-1 fights, so when we get into these street fights, there'll actually be 2 enemies in the fight, as opposed to just the 1 like we have right now. So we'll actually have 2 guys to worry about instead of just 1. Like doing Colossus Boulevard just for the early XP. I think I talked about it in I think I did mention this in at least yesterday's episode, but generally speaking, each of the worlds in the game will give you roughly 10 levels. But starting with I think this really starts with Marleybone. You just don't get enough XP to maintain that kind of leveling structure anymore. So usually I think when I finish Marleybone, if I don't do any side quests, I think I'll finish Marleybone at like level 26, which is, you know, 4 below the 30 you would expect. And then I'll usually finish Mushu at maybe 34, 35, which is pretty horribly underleveled. Going into Dragonspire at level 35 is pretty rough.
Thanks for the help, Wizard. I wouldn't have gotten here without you. I'm worried something terrible has happened. On my way here, I saw one of the lightning eels with Susie's wand in its jaws. Maybe she just dropped it, but maybe not. What can we do?
I couldn't help it over here. You're very loud. If you can bring me that wand, I may be able to assist.
Really? How?
Duncan Grimwater, Necromancer. I was drawn here by a massive surge of death magic. It must be the reason the undead have overrun the street. I wish Malastare were here. He could stop all this madness instantly. If only he were still alive. Malastare is alive? Impossible! I don't know what you saw, but you must be mistaken. Someone is trying to deceive you and Professor Ambrose. Malastare was a great man, the greatest necromancer of this age. Ambrose is responsible for what happened to him. If he hadn't...
Can we talk about this later? My sister's lost out there.
You're right. Wizard, bring me that wand, and I think I can get to the bottom of this.
An electric eel. Oh, we'll take this guy's quest too, because I think he actually has us fight eels too.
Greetings, Wizard. Thank goodness you're here. The undead are making a mess of everything, but they're only the beginning. Storm magic flows through Triton Avenue in a steady current, or at least it did, until all this craziness started. Now the flow has been diverted. It's making the storm creatures that live in the river angry. Lightning eels have swarmed up from the depths and are slithering amok. If they aren't driven away, their electrical charge could unbalance things even more. Can you go drive some of them away?
Can do, sir. We did hit level 9 if we finished talking down there, so it'll level up. So I was kind of hoping to make it to level 10 in today's episode, but it's kind of looking like, because I think we're already coming up on 2 hours now. I'm thinking we're gonna. I think once I get to a point where we would get to level 10, I will probably stop the video there, and then I'll do all my fishing and whatnot. That's one down. More to go. Guess I'll take advantage of this time now too. Jesus, that did a lot of damage. Holy smokes, that was lightning bats, by the way. The spell is crazy. This week, so this week's videos, I'm not gonna be editing mob fights out like this, but in future videos, or maybe next week, and I might start skipping out stuff like this. So I might show like the first mob fight. Like if we have to kill 3 enemies, I might show the first fight where I take out one, and then I'll skip the other 2. just to make this a little less repetitive. I'm actually trying to shorten the length of the episodes on these as much as I can without kind of taking away from the content. For several reasons. I don't think anybody wants to sit and watch a 2-hour-long video. But it's also kind of up to you guys. Definitely leave a comment down below as to which you would prefer. If I, skip out stuff like this or leave this stuff in and just leave it pretty uncut. I'll leave that pretty much up to you guys as to which you would rather see. Because I have no problem, not cutting this stuff out because it makes editing a little bit easier, but I think it would make for more, enjoyable episodes if you didn't have to watch these entire things, because I don't think I'd want to sit and watch me fight these mobs all day long. Like I said, this point in the game is just so simple. There's just not a lot going on here, and even when we get a little later into the game too, we'll kind of hit this stage where we kind of have this set strategy that works for a vast portion of the game.
I think I can I know a ritual that could grant me a vision of wherever Susie is. It's very advanced. I'm not surprised you don't know it. The connection between Susie and her wand is one anchor for the ritual, but I need another, and I think I know what will work. When I was trying to reach the source of the death magic, I ran afoul of the rotting fodder across the river. They're using storm magic.
That doesn't make any sense. Why are they using storm magic instead of death?
They were wearing strange amulets that were crackling with storm energy. Bring me those amulets and I can cast my spell.
I think the more exciting stuff in the series here will be when we first big dungeon.
Done. That should stabilize things a little. Do you think you might do me another favor? You see, I work at the mill across the river. We grind lumina crystals. I was bringing in a load of raw crystals when everything went crazy. The haunted minions scattered my shipment all over the place. Can you round up some raw crystal barrels and bring them to me? I'll be in your debt.
This is a collect quest, a special kind of side quest. Unlike most quests, collect quests have no quest arrow. Good luck exploring.
That's not always true. Sometimes the collect quests actually will have a quest arrow. This one, I think in particular, actually doesn't. But the good news is they don't give you arrows because they tell you where they are on the map. So you can just look at your map to see where they're at least most of the time anyways. As I was saying though before I started talking to those guys, actually I don't know how you remember what I was saying. It'll come back to me, I'm sure, but oh, that's right, the dungeon. Yeah, so the first big dungeon we're probably going to be doing in this series is I do plan on doing the first part of Kembalong. I don't think we'll do the whole thing, just because the final section of it, like the final part of it, is not only substantially more difficult than the first part, and I don't know at level 25 if we're going to be able to actually realistically solo that, especially with no pet. If we had a pet, we could definitely do it. In fact, I've done it before with a pet, but without a pet, I don't know. I don't think it's doable. It's also not even really worth doing. The gear you get from that is not that great, and it's also insanely rare. The drop rate in that is so bad, it's not even funny. I want to say, like, I've actually tried to go for that gear before to try and make soloing like Mount Olympus easier on some of my other characters, and I'm pretty sure the drop rate's less than 1 in 10. Which is just, it's unfeasible.
Good. My shipment's recovered. I'll get them the rest of the way. Thank you, Wizard.
Sorry, I'm trying not to talk with the dialogue. I gotta remember to finish speaking before I take this, but it's just not feasible for low-level characters to realistically farm that dungeon, especially if you're someone who is solo. Again, I don't have to farm stuff solo. I as part of the rules of the series, I don't have to do that, but it's kind of silly. There's really no reason to. If the drop rates are less than 1 in 10, then, I mean, it would take us probably like 50 runs to realistically get a full set, and that's not considering we don't even get duplicates, because in this game, when you get a drop, you can get that same drop again. So if something's got a less than 1 in 10 chance to drop and you get 2 of them in a row, it's just a waste of time, man.
We didn't drive the eels away fast enough. The storm magic surge lured a kraken up out of the deep. It'll wreck everything if you don't stop it. You could use this teleporter to reach the kraken. But it's broken. The rotting fodder stole its keystone. Get it back, and double quick.
the gear you get from Kembalung is like slightly worse Zeus gear from Mount Olympus, but the Mount Olympus drop rates are significantly better. I would probably estimate maybe like 1 in 5 for like Zeus gear. So it's a little better odds in that case. This guy. So I know somebody up here gives a side quest. Oh, got some cattail here too. And we'll definitely be farming Mount Olympus quite a bit. I think after we solo that, I'm gonna try to get the full Zeus set. I just don't know if we'll do it because I also don't want to hang up the series too much, you know, farming for gear like that.
Welcome to Special Reagent, where each reagent is unique and... Oh, sorry. I cannot do the pitch, for I am the sad. I have lost something precious. It is a scrapbook that belonged to my cousin, Sylvia Drake. Once, she was a teacher here, till the dreadful cold claimed her. Some monster called Skull Splitter stole Sylvia's scrapbook and took it to his skull fort. If only someone could get it back for me.
It's Sergeant Skull Splitter, I believe. Yes, it is. If this guy, for anybody who's really dedicated to the game and wants to, you know, try to get the best gear they could have at this point in the game, Sergeant Skull Splitter, I believe, drops the Elven, I think it's the Elven Storm Cap is what it's called or something like that. It's actually a Crown Shop item. I think there's a bundle for it. Well, let's just, I guess, look for... You have to buy it as the set. Oh, shoot. Elven something. Yeah, Elven attire right here. Yeah, he sells the... it's the Elven Storm Cap, yeah. So you can get this this gear for free. So I believe Sergeant Skullsplitter drops the hat. And I think Alicane, the fire elf that we took out in Firecat Alley, I think he drops the robe, and I don't know who drops this. It's probably somebody in Colossus Boulevard, though. I'm almost certain of that. That's probably where this comes from. I just don't know who it is. You can look it up, though, to find out. But you can get this gear. I don't know that I'd really recommend doing that, but if you're dedicated enough, you can definitely do that. There's also another set you can get. I think this one actually you have to buy independently, which is this stuff, this Watchtower stuff. We haven't fought the boss yet you can get this from, but you can get all 3 of this set from Lord Nightshade. This is probably the best level 5 gear in the game. In fact, for our next character that we'll be making on this account, we're going to try to get this gear for that character, because it's just so good. On most of my low-level characters, I use that gear all the way up to, like, Mount Olympus. Actually, I'll use it all the way straight to Mount Olympus because it just gives so much health and resist. It's just really nice to have. Damage isn't really that important at this level because you can't really get a whole lot of it anyways. You're not really increasing your damage that much. So I just recommend going for that defensive gear. I should check to see how close we were to leveling up before I took on this guy too. Yeah, we might be able to get a good bit before, or a good way through Triton Avenue before we get close to hitting level 10, so we're not doing too bad. Ah. Good, clean, and simple. Sweet. Go back to Duncan and hand this one in.
You did it! Quickly, there's no time to lose. Now that teleporter's repaired, you can go deal with that Kraken. Head on down and be careful. Good luck, Wizard.
Oh, Kraken, talk to Duncan.
Now, let's see what I can see. If I'm right, and I usually am, whoever's enchanting these storm amulets also kidnapped Susie. They probably have Susie imprisoned close by. I can use the link between the wand and Susie to find her, and the link between the storm amulets and their maker to produce a vision. Here goes. Nothing? Whoever this is, they have some powerful magic. I think I could break through the interference with a charged Lumina crystal.
They make Lumina crystals at the mill across the river. Go talk to Blad Raveneye and get us a crystal.
Wait. And before we do that, we're gonna go take out that Kraken. Take this teleporter right here, and it'll take us down here to this guy right here. This is the Kraken. This is an old school boss, man. I remember people used to sit here and fight this thing all day long. All the free players, anyways. So, 510. That's actually not horrible. 2 fully stacked ghouls takes that out. It's gonna sting a little bit. Oh, actually it didn't do as much as I thought it was going to. Expecting that to do like 200 damage. Cool. Do it again. So for a storm boss who's used nothing but storm spells, I'm actually really surprised he hasn't fizzled yet. Got him. That's the Kraken down, ladies and gentlemen. Nice.
I saw the whole battle, Wizard. Masterfully done. We got the beast at bay. Now I hope we can get the rest of our trouble sorted out.
Bada bing, bada boom. So we got roughly about 200 XP to go.
Lumina crystal, you're out of luck. The undead stole all my crystals. I've got lots of raw crystal. I could grind you another one, but the mill's broken. Undead stole the wheel cogs and scattered them all over. But even if I could grind you a crystal, I couldn't charge it. My lightning rod won't work. A Scarlet Screamer stole the primary coil. You could help get me up and running again. Gather up the cogs and get my coil back from the Scarlet Screamers, and I'll get you a crystal.
Alright, we'll finish this quest here, and then... well, I won't turn it in, because obviously we'll level up if I turn it in, but we'll finish the quest. Just so that way it is ready to be turned in, and then that's when we'll probably call this video, and then I'll go do some fishing and pet training, and tomorrow we'll pick up right here and hit level 10.
You don't know how to... Most chests are locked magically. To break the spell, you'll have to solve a puzzle. If you can solve the puzzle, the chest will open and you'll be given a reward. Is that everything? Good. Please don't bother me again.
There's a silver chest back there. Did I miss that? How did I miss that? Jesus Christ, I must have walked right past that. Yeah, we'll open this real quick. This is it's just a chest with a mini game behind it, so you have to complete the mini game to get the items in the chest. These are kind of nice. I don't know if the early ones are any good, but the later ones are pretty cool. So let's see. Left arrow or A moves keychain left. Right arrow D moves it the chain right. Up arrow or W or spacebar speeds up the falling keys, and we just have to catch 5 keys in a sequence to win. The sequence is shown in the lower left, and the key that you need to catch is highlighted. Catching a bomb or catching 4 round keys running out of time loses the game. Oh geez. Okay. We're gonna get more time and avoid ice cubes. Sounds pretty easy. We need to get 1. We got 1. Now we need 2. Let's get this timer here because I don't see a 2. Yes. There's a 2, finally. Smokes. Need a 4 next. 4 over here. Wait, nah, man. I need a 5. Timer over there. Actually, let's eat that. It's 5 at, man. Oh, there's one way at the edge there. Yes, sir. Alright, what we get? Probably nothing, but... lightning bats. Oh, we got a shock key. That's actually pretty good. We'll need this for crafting way later on. That's actually really sick. We got fire elf spell limits too? Whoa. Now you can get spell limits out of those. That's... huh. Cool.
You just unlocked a new section in your spell tab. Spell writing. With this, you can modify and improve existing spells. Be sure to take a look.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have enough spell limits to even really bother with that right now, but we'll get to that point eventually. Right there. Okay, we're just gonna double buff duel, take these guys out. These fights aren't too bad. That hurt. Yeah, we fizzled, man. Come on, man. On to the next. Shouldn't be yawning. Too late for that. Nice. One of these health wisps too for this next fight. Nice. Oh no.
Bother this soggy place and be bother you. If this coil's so precious to you, take it.
Alright, cool, that's it. So that's the one that'll put us over, put us to level 10. So that's going to be it for today's video. Technically we didn't hit level 10, but we basically got there. So I'm going to call this a win. We got to level 10. Didn't finish the streets like I thought we would. I actually thought that's what it would take for us to get to level 10, but I guess these side quests are giving us way more XP than I kind of expected them to. So tomorrow we will man, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get enough fishing in between now and tomorrow's episode that I have a reasonable amount of gold and I won't have to do this level up, spend all my energy, level up, spend all my energy thing. So I can just kind of keep the content rolling. We'll see. Depending on what I'm able to wish out again. I want to get enough gold for us to not only be able to buy a mount at some point, but also for us to start working on this pet, because I'd like to have at least a halfway okay pet for Mount Olympus, because that's going to be really hard. I'm actually not that worried about Kembalung, because we're only going to do the first part, and the final boss in the first part only has like 1,000 health. I think he has like 2 minions or something like that, so it'll be a 1v3 fight, but at 1,000 health it's not that bad. I can literally pack a treasure card, Scarecrow, and we probably wouldn't even need to heal. I could probably just blade until we pull it, and then we can just kill him. So I don't think that'll be that difficult, but we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Definitely look forward to that. Again, that will be the first probably big dungeon we do. Will be that first part of Kembalung. And I'm largely doing it because I want to get the robe from that for a stitch for when we get to Mushu, so we have something to kind of rock for that, because might be the first world where we actually have like a stitch, just because their gear is going to be pretty bad up to that point, but we'll see. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow's episode, and thanks everybody who watched today. Definitely leave a comment down below, just on anything again regarding the series or anything else, or definitely let me know if you guys want me to edit out fights like these, like do the first mob fight and then edit out the rest, or you would rather see it uncut. Just let me know. But otherwise, I will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks.